Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Ho,
Get
ho,
comfy.
ho.
That was a good one. Hello, hello, ho, ho, ho. We are comfy in our matching New York Giants onesies this evening and our lovely New York Giants winter hats because people, we are days away from Christmas. It's currently Hanukkah. We're days away from Christmas, and I believe Kwanzaa starts in the next week or so. So we are back to back holiday season right now. I personally cannot believe that it's here. It's all here.
I
And
know.
the Christmas trees behind us are going to be put to use this weekend. So I cannot believe it, but we're here. It's the end of December. How? I don't know. And it's also week 16 of the NFL season.
Whew.
Not really sure where the time has gone, but this is the Real Football Fans of New Jersey. We are on episode 233. This is our holiday episode for you. So we still got all things football and housewives for you, but we've got a little holiday fun thrown in the mix. So let's start off with questions. We asked you guys for questions, and as always, you delivered. So we got a ton. I think tonight the majority is football and holiday season. Those
Okay.
are the ones we got. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So, first question: who will be the number one seed in the AFC? Buffalo, Kansas City, or Cincinnati? So, Katie, we're still looking for that one team to clinch it. So, who do you think's going to be here?
Uh, Listen, I wish I had a little bit more time to research this question. I can say that I'm going to eliminate Cincinnati from this
Okay.
mix, and I do believe that it'll go to either Buffalo or Kansas City. And off the top of my head, I do not know what the remainder of their schedules look like. I know who they're playing this weekend. Mm. I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So I think that, and fact check me if I'm wrong, you or the audience, I think Buffalo actually has the tiebreaker over Kansas City. That is obviously if they end the season
Right,
on
right.
that. So I
I'm
don't,
not
you know what?
sure.
I'll go with Buffalo on this one. So
Okay.
I'll go against you. We'll have a Buffalo in the race and a Kansas City in the race. But honestly, it could be anyone's. I can see
Yeah.
all scenarios, Katie, happening. I can see Buffalo taking it. I can seeing them tie, and then Buffalo takes it if they do have the tiebreaker. And then I can also see Kansas City just taking it as well. So I'm
Yeah.
going to agree with you. I'm going to push Cincinnati. They're on a bit of a run, but I'm going to push them out. But
Yeah, imagine if they had just played like this all year long.
the first five games of the
They had
season.
that really weird start where we all automatically were like, okay, they're going to be the team that Super Bowl slumps. And then it was the Rams. Then
It's
I
now
thought it
the
was going to be
Rams.
both of them. And now Cincinnati looks exactly like they did, like making that run last year. And so I think,
Right.
again, they're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. And they're going to be that like sneaky playoff team that nobody wants to play.
Yeah. No. So it'll be an interesting one. But yep, still no clinch there. So we still have a lot of football play to play, people.
Yeah.
All right. Second one. What are some of your favorite holiday songs?
Okay, I threw out three and a bonus
Oh, and a bonus. Okay.
and a bonus.
Okay.
And you know what? Year by year, sometimes like I'm just really feeling like one song like a lot, and it kind of always changes. So I'm not going to say I have one ultimate favorite, but I'm going to give you the
Right.
two that I'm digging right now.
Okay.
Last Christmas by Wham,
That's a good one.
Someday at Christmas by the Jackson 5.
Someday at
Yeah,
Christmas.
I love that one. And Christmas Wrapping by the
Oh my
Waitresses.
God, you
And
love that
I
song.
love that song.
Every time I hear that song, I think of you.
It's
It
a
is,
very underrated,
yes,
forgotten, but like everybody's heard it, but you like forget
right.
about it. But
You
it's amazing.
forget.
And then obviously my bonus, I have to throw this in here because we are the Real Football Fans of New
Oh,
Jersey. Do not sleep on What Do I Want for Christmas by Countess Luann. I
no,
actually think that is a very underrated Luann song
it
that
is.
needs to be appreciated more. I love that Christmas song.
I love that Christmas song too. And it's actually been in my head like every morning when I'm like waking up, going to the bathroom, like get it, like brushing my
I
teeth.
love
It's
it.
like been in my head like ever. What do I want? It you. It's so good. It's so good. You gotta
It's a
listen
good
to
one.
it. Let's see. Some of my favorites. I love a lot of classics. I love rocking around the Christmas tree. Definitely a good one.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of what else do I really like. There is one song that I like, but I don't know what the title of it is. Hold on, wait.
Sing it, girl. Sing it.
It's like, and I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. I just want wish on this Christmas Eve.
I
On
don't
this
know this
Christmas
song.
Eve. I wish I were with. I don't know. It's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, and then I love the NSYNC Christmas song. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Yeah, so those are all good. And then anything Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra Christmas or Michael Bublé, throw him into the mix. So good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
So I do love the classics, but then you got to throw in like NSYNC, obviously really good. So, all right, back to football here. What is your take on the current state of all the quarterback injuries? And what should teams be doing to avoid this next season? So, it is no surprise to anyone right now or no shock value. Katie, there are a ton of injuries across the board, not even just current state or sorry, today, this whole season, this quarterback position has been really beaten to the ground. So,
So I would say that teams are maybe going to have to look into spending a little bit more money on backup quarterbacks.
100%.
I like look at the situation that San Fran was supposed to go into this season with. They were going to have the highest paid backup quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. They were going to roll with Trey Lance. And look, this is a prime example. Both of them are injured. Both of them are like Trey Lance from the get out for the season. Jimmy Garoppolo on this run, like going into, about to go into the playoffs, out for the season. This is like the perfect prime example of you even had the highest paid backup and you still had to go to your third quarterback. So I think teams really need to lock down a really solid backup quarterback. That's what I think needs to happen.
Yeah, Katie, I could not agree more with you. When I saw this question, that is the first thing that popped into mind. You're almost at this point, you're treating that backup position as a quarterback that could potentially start in the NFL. So
probably will. I just feel like now that we've got an added regular season game, it's such a long regular season. I feel like, you're lucky if your quarterback only misses like one game. Like maybe they got a concussion 1 week and they miss a game and then they come back. You almost have to expect that they're all going to miss at least one game.
Right. Yeah. No, 100%. We're just, the names across the board that are not playing right now is crazy. And I think just looking to the future, you got to really heavily invest too in like your programs, like your strength and conditioning programs. Like these injuries, sometimes they're unavoidable, but we're seeing a lot of knee injuries. Like Katie, that's all strength and making sure you're building up your muscles. You're not hitting them the wrong way, things like that. Also with your medical staff as well. I think something that pissed me off so much last week is that Mike White and the Jets were scrambling. They talked to 10 plus doctors to get him cleared. That's enough with that bullshit. You saw the same thing with Tua and his You got to really trust the people and invest in, strength and conditioning, your medical staff, to really trust people to help these guys when potentially things happen or even prior to when these things happen. So looking to the future, that has to be a priority going into next year.
Yeah.
All right. And then let me pull up my phone for some of the questions that we got. Where are they? Oh, my bad. I was looking in the wrong area. All right. So what are your thoughts on Brian Dable's goatee? Should he keep it for a possible playoff push here? That's a good one.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it looks particularly nice, but I don't care what that man. You do you, Brian Dable. I don't care. Like you do you. And honestly, like, sure, if we happen to go on like a win streak, I'm all about like if you've done like a specific thing As long as it
Doing
keeps
it.
working, go for it. But the second we lose, you got to shave that shit.
Get rid of it. You gotta get rid of it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's hideous I hate when he like they first put the camera on him on Sunday. I was like, I was like, there's something, what is that? Like, what is going on over here?
Yeah.
So yes, and then obviously that became the talk of the town as soon as everyone realized that was the different point. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. But you're right. If we're winning, great. If not, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Figure it out. Figure it out. All right, let's go back in. We got a couple other holiday ones. What is your favorite holiday tradition and favorite holiday drink? Non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
Okay, so my favorite holiday tradition is definitely just decorating the tree.
Yeah.
I like doing that in my own house, and then I was just visiting my parents at their house in South Carolina, and they had their tree for like a week or two, and my mom like waited for me so we could decorate her tree.
Oh, I love that.
So I get to decorate 2 trees, actually 3 because I have 2 in my house, but I just love that. That's my favorite tradition. And then my favorite Christmas beverage. I don't know if I have one. Do you have one?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get like really festive, like I like eggnog. Like I'm like on the eggnog train. I actually just bought some earlier. I got it in my fridge for the weekend. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like, I don't know, like any other holiday beverage.
I mean, I definitely like, I'm not a huge winter beer person, but sometimes like I really do like going shopping like at a liquor store, and I like getting some kind of, festive Christmas type beer. So I do like that, but I don't know if I have a specific Christmas drink that I like.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess like non-alcoholic, like I think apple cider goes from like the fall to Christmas time. So like
sparkling apple, Martinelli's sparkling apple cider.
yeah, like I said, like I love a good apple cider, like hot, cold, anything, like super good. Yeah. So, and then I guess alcoholic for me, I mean, honestly, I drink wine all year round, but during Christmas time, it's flowing even more during the Christmas season. And my favorite tradition, honestly, I just love family time. Like Christmas has always been a big, big holiday for my family where you're seeing like both sides. Like this year, we're actually getting, even more people because we're joining with my sister-in-law's family. So even more people coming together. So I just like, I love it. Like I get, I'm super blessed right now with like my nieces and nephew, like they're growing up watching. Like, that's cool. So I really just love the family time, like during Christmas. So I love that tradition. No matter how it looks, it's just getting with everyone. So. All right. And then final one, this is holiday. All right. So we're talking Christmas movies, but this person wants to know our top 5 Christmas movies. That's a lot. We don't have to do 5 if we.
Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint this person, but I'm only hearing about this question. It
was snacks. So it's okay. We don't have, we disappoint him on the regular.
Time to think about that one. But my number 1 favorite Christmas movie is Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, I just recorded that today, actually.
If it helps, I don't know if this is like, these are my top 5, but I saw something on Instagram where it had a bunch of like Christmas movies, and it was like, you can only keep 3.
Oh, I saw that too.
Ended up keeping like, out of that bunch, I ended up keeping the 2 Home Alones, and also, Caitlin, I know this is one of your all-time favorites, but Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my God.
Another amazing Christmas.
I just love that movie. I don't know. I know it is technically, it is like a Christmas movie. I just think of it as a comedy. Like that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
So good.
People, if you have not seen Just Friends, like you need to go see it. Like I can like cite it like word for word from like start to finish. Let's see. So yeah, I do like Christmas with the Cranks. It's good. I don't know if it's on my top. I love The Grinch. The original, the animated one, and the Jim Carrey one.
I love the Jim Carrey one.
I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the one literally from like the 50s or 60s. I don't know. It's so old. That claymation. I love Rudolph. Love Rudolph. I'm still trying to catch it in prime time. Like I look at my, I don't know. Like they show it on like ABC every year. Like
it's Saturday at like 10 a.m.
I know. That's fine. I'll catch it. And then I love Christmas Vacation. That is my all-time favorite Christmas movie. And yeah, I guess that's really, I know that's not 5, but
Well, we definitely named a good amount there.
yeah,
between the two of
but
them.
Christmas Vacation is definitely my favorite. That's the one. It's like almost like Hocus Pocus for Halloween that I'm just
Okay.
constantly playing it in the background. Everything never gets old for me. So,
All right.
all
Very
right.
good.
Well, those were our questions, and we had, like I said, a great mix of we got football and the holidays in there. So yeah, if you guys are watching live right now on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, go ahead and send in your questions, your thoughts, anything, your favorite holiday traditions. We'd love to hear from you guys too. So.
Yes, but let's get into our big stories of the week in the world of football. We have NFL quick hot topics kind of broken down into two main themes for you guys. This first one is going to be an injury roundup, and we give this to you because it's very important. We are getting at the end of the regular season here, and there's definitely a quarterback theme to these injuries, unfortunately, like we had kind of said earlier. But the Jets ruled out quarterback Mike White for tomorrow's game due to a rib injury. Zach Wilson is going to be starting again for the second game in a row. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett has now cleared concussion protocol, so he will be in line to start versus Las Vegas.
Okay.
What else we got here? Sorry, I just lost my spot. Philadelphia, this one is, not great for Philly, but Philadelphia quarterback Jalen Hurts suffered a right shoulder sprain in Sunday's game, and he is listed as doubtful for Saturday's game versus Dallas.
Yeah.
If not go, Gardner Minshew will start. That's pretty much what everybody's already anticipating.
I mean, why not at this? Yeah, you gotta just.
I
Yeah.
still I think they can let this game go, let Jalen get healthy, and they can still end up locking down the number 1 seed in the NFC.
I agree.
Okay, so Indianapolis running back Jonathan Taylor, he suffered a high ankle sprain in Saturday's game and is highly unlikely he will play again this season. No need. Indy's out of the race. I think any team that's out of the race and you're dealing with injuries like this, just shut it down for the year.
Yep.
Who else do we have? We have Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray. He is a clean ACL tear, and his status for the start of the 2023 season is obviously going to be determined, as a recovery time is approximately 8.5 months.
Yeah.
Colt McCoy, I know this also came out today that Colt McCoy was, their backup. Now Colt McCoy is I think, a concussion.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Trace McSorley
Mm-hmm.
filling in as so. Yes, you have to invest in 3 quarterbacks. And remember, you know what?
That's another thing too. You have to have depth.
I'm going to go off that original question at the beginning of the show too, and say that every year was always a question of whether a team was going to carry 2 or 3 quarterbacks. I think it's got to be 3 now.
Got to be 3.
I think it has to be 3. Okay, so and also one more. This came out about 2 hours ago. Ryan Tannehill, very likely done for the season with an ankle injury that he suffered on during his game on Sunday. So this is a lot. We got a lot of starting, quarterbacks down for the count, and this is not the time for it. So,
no. And a lot of the teams you just listed off, they have a chance. They're going to have a post.
That hurts Tennessee because that division is actually still open. Jacksonville's been, slowly but surely sneaking their way in. So that's definitely a huge loss for Tennessee. Okay, we have playoff clinching scenarios for Week 16. In the AFC, Buffalo will clinch the AFC East with a win or a Miami loss. Cincinnati will clinch a playoff berth with a win or a New York Jets loss. Baltimore clinches a berth with 3 different win-loss combo scenarios, so there's a lot going on with that one. And the Chargers will clinch a berth with a win and a New York Jet loss, a New England loss, or a Las Vegas loss. A lot of shit going down. Or maybe they might need all 3 of those. I can't remember.
I know some tool probably does this on the back end, but whoever is managing that system, that I don't know, good for you.
Baltimore and the Chargers need a lot of things to happen.
Right.
But they do have playoff clinching scenarios this weekend. NFC, Philly will clinch the NFC East, and they actually would clinch the number 1 seed this weekend with a win over Dallas. And I said this last night, literally right before I went to bed, I rolled over and looked at my husband and I was like, I can't believe I'm about to utter this sentence. I haven't said this in a very long time, but the Giants have playoff clinching scenarios this weekend. So the New
Finally.
York Giants, they need a lot of things to go down to. And first and foremost, it starts with them beating Minnesota.
Yep.
They will clinch a playoff berth with a win against Minnesota, plus a few different scenarios that include Detroit, Seattle, and Washington, like combos of those teams losing. So
Could happen.
I'm just excited that it's even like remotely a possibility.
It's like in the atmosphere. So
absolutely.
All right.
Woo.
Well, a lot of stuff going down for sure. So we will definitely see what happens.
Mhm.
All right. So let's go into our thoughts from week 15. And boy, do we've got some thoughts because, again, Katie, another weekend of madness.
Yes, absolutely.
Pure madness. So playoff spots clinched. Buffalo, playoff berth. Kansas City, the division. Dallas, playoff berth. Minnesota, division. San Francisco, division. After being down 33-0, people, Minnesota pulled off the biggest comeback win in NFL history by defeating the Indianapolis Colts 39-36 in overtime. Katie, I got to tell you, I was at a wedding in Philly, and it was during that time frame where you're like, you go to the church and you're in between. So we're all looking at it. We see the score, 0-0. We're like, all right, we're not missing a game. And then slowly but surely it's going up. So we're all trying now. It's like everyone's moving to the reception, but everyone's in panic mode because we're like, wait a minute. Now, like the Vikings are actually coming to win this. We're going to overtime. So yeah, so that was it was a wild game to watch and to witness.
Yeah.
But
all I can say about that one is you like that. You like that. That's my boy Kirky. I love Kirk Cousins. Everybody needs to get on the Cousins bandwagon. Let's go. Let's go.
Weekend. You need to take a weekend off of that bandwagon.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But it was, crazy. So good for them. I mean, Colts fans, I can't even say sorry to you.
Bad for them. They should have never been down 33-0 to the Colts. But yeah, good for them. Good for her.
Good for her. Good for her. Buffalo kicker Tyler Bass kicked a game-winning 25-yard field goal to beat Miami. Another really exciting game that was 32-29 there. You had a snowy game. They had to stop the game multiple times because people were throwing snowballs on the field. They hit a couple players, a couple of referees. So I thought it was funny. It was a blizzard. Like, what are you going to do? Like, it's fun. After being down 27-10, Jacksonville, big applause to you guys, forced overtime and beat the Dallas Cowboys 40-34. Thank you, guys. That's what we needed.
My upset pick, baby. My upset pick.
You called it great, and thank you, Jacksonville. Kansas City running back Jerick McKinnon ran for a 26-yard touchdown in overtime to beat Houston. They were going in, I was excited for that one. Maybe Houston could have pulled off the crazy win there, but nope. Another overtime game. Just to keep note, if you're taking notes of overtime games so far, we're at number 3.
Houston with one win, by the way.
Right.
Houston with one win on the season. Should have beaten Dallas the week before and came very, very close to beating Kansas City. So it's crazy that they're a one-win team. Now, I'm not saying that they're a whatever team by any means, but they are playing competitive football, and they're not playing like a one-win football team.
Yep, and if you're going to knock people out of the race in the coming weeks, do it, Houston. Cause some chaos.
Do it.
All right, well, Katie, I got to tell you, this next little tidbit it's going to go down in NFL history. Should go into the Hall of Fame of absolute and utter chaos because
SportsCenter also does the not top 10. This should live at number 1 forever.
And I got to tell you, I am blessed that I watched this happen live. Like
I did catch this one live as well.
And it was one of those moments where you were just dead face at the screen. What is going on? What are we talking about? We were right there in overtime. So close. New England turned the ball over on a lateral. And Las Vegas defensive end Chandler Jones scored a touchdown off of it. And they ended up winning 30 to 24. This was just utter chaos in a short amount of time. My biggest, note to the Patriots, just take it to overtime. What the hell are
It
you
made
doing?
no sense.
It
It
made
made
no
no
sense.
sense to risk that.
No.
Of
And then you
course,
also
yes, you of course you're going to do like the lateral and everything like that. If you are down a touchdown and then it's like the final play of regulation, there was no need to get crazy with it and do
Nope.
all these laterals when like
You
we're heading into overtime.
Yep, you were tied. It's overtime is fine. It was a competitive game. You could have both taken it in overtime. I actually thought the Patriots were playing a little bit better near the end of the game. So that could have been their one up going into overtime.
With
And
momentum, yeah.
you look at a guy like Mac Jones, who's already been injured this season. So when Chandler Jones is coming near him, he's not
He's trying to make a tackle too, though.
he is trying, but he's not giving it full throttle, Katie, because this guy's coming full at him. And he's like, shit, like, I don't know. Like, he's not going to hurt himself again and risk hurting himself. But, like, Chandler Jones just literally just stiff armed him right to the freaking ground. Like, there was no contest there. But
I watched after the game, whoever was the guy, like, I forget where he was on, but he was basically doing the percentages for like what's your percent chance of making the playoffs. And before the game, like New England had like a 70 something percent chance to make the playoffs. And then after that game, it dropped down to like 22%. And it's like, that play, it completely changed their season. It completely changed their season. That's going to haunt them. If they don't make the playoffs, that shit will haunt them forever. It's going to haunt them forever regardless, but especially if they don't make the playoffs, it's going to make it even worse.
Absolutely. And then finally, despite tying the game with 46 seconds left, Tennessee lost to the Chargers 17-14 after a 43-yard game-winning field goal by Cameron Dicker, the kicker. So a lot of exciting games, both in that 1 o'clock slot and that 4 o'clock slot there. And then obviously the Giants won. So holla! Shout out to Kayvon Thibodeau. He had an absolute monster of a game, and he is your NFC Defensive Player of the Week. So
well deserved.
Maybe it was the onesie. I did wear the onesie, so I don't know. I don't know if I can wear this on Christmas Eve, but maybe I'll call my parents and ask how they're feeling about it.
Oh God. All right. Well, we are heading into week 16. A lot of, like we said, playoff clinching scenarios, big games this weekend on Saturday and on Sunday, and of course tomorrow night and Monday Night Football as well. But let's get into our week 16 picks plus one lock and one upset. Caitlin, kick us off. Who are you taking in week 16?
All right, let's start with tomorrow night, Thursday. I am going with Jacksonville. Moving into Saturday, Christmas Eve, I've got Buffalo, New Orleans, Tennessee, Kansas City, the New York Giants, Cincinnati, Detroit, Baltimore, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Las Vegas. Going to Christmas Day, I got Miami, Denver, and Tampa. And then wrapping up the week on Monday Night Football, I have the Chargers. My lock is the Buffalo Bills over the Chicago Bears. And my upset, the New York Giants over the Minnesota Vikings. So, So who knows? Vegas is going to F with us all week. So the Giants might be in favor. We'll go back to Minnesota. But as it stands, we're looking at, well, they can. I mean, they like to do that BS. So who knows? But I'm calling it an upset because it is an upset.
It is an upset. And I think that line, I think it'll be in favor of Minnesota. We have four different. We're pretty similar.
It's not bad.
So in week 16, I am going with Jacksonville, Buffalo, Cleveland, Houston, Kansas City, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Detroit, Baltimore, San Fran, Dallas. I'm anticipating no Jalen Hurts, and I think my pick might be another way, but I'm going with Dallas in that one. Las Vegas, Miami, Denver, Tampa Bay, and the Chargers. My lock is also the Buffalo Bills over the Chicago Bears. And my upset, and I do want to say I made this pick very early in the morning before I found out this quarterback news. I still think it's an upset despite not having their starting QB. I am going with Houston over Tennessee.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think, yeah.
I still think like, and I don't even know who's filling it. Oh, Malik Willis.
Yeah, it'll be, and he's been doing well. So
I have a feeling, Tennessee's still going to be favored in that because they'll just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and he also too had a great game last week.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for the foosball. Let's go ahead and get into our big stories of the week in the world of housewives. We're talking legal updates, and we're talking Jen Shah, people, because it just never ends at this point.
Well, it's coming up. It's coming up.
We'll see about that. In a recently filed request, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star, who faces up to 14 years in prison, has requested a 3-year jail sentence. So 14 to 3. I don't know about that. Her legal team detailed several reasons why she should receive a lighter sentence, noting she had no direct contact with her victims, even though they were still her victims. That makes no freaking sense to me. And because of her history and characteristics. You want the history and characteristics? Watch The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Like you're not a good person.
This bitch threatens people every freaking week.
You throw wine glasses at people. Like you're not a good person.
You literally, who did she tell she was gonna like bring to the back and like bury like
dead? Yeah, like drown them.
Yeah, like that's a threat. Like that's a threat. You could literally get someone arrested for that. So like I don't know. Like I'm not seeing good history and characteristics there. So. Katie, when we were talking about that this week, I had just said back to you, like, how is a judge not going to laugh at that? They're going to read that and be like, what?
Imagine though, like the severity of what you're facing to almost like voluntarily be like, I'll do 3, like give me 3 years. Like for anybody, especially people who have like not committed crimes before, 3 years sounds like, oh my gosh, like that's awful. She's literally like begging for that. Begging. That's crazy. Like put that into perspective.
Yeah. So I think the date's going to be pushed back, to be honest, because now this is in there. But also news with Jen. She has made the decision. She's going to skip the Salt Lake City season reunion. I believe it started the other night. But
no, not yet.
I think it started. I saw no. Andy had his cards up. I think they are filming.
They filmed it.
Oh yeah. It's not. No. That's what I meant. They're filming. So apparently though, she was uninvited in September, then re-invited in November, but Bravo gave her pushback, telling her that they expected to discuss her legal case and sentencing at the reunion, which she refused to do so. So that's why she's a no-go for it.
Which is, you know what? I know it sounds like, oh, like, well, this is what you signed up for and you're refusing to do it. This is better for her that she's skipping it. This is what got her into trouble in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Going on a reality television show and putting yourself out there to get caught with this. And so, don't go to the reunion and don't talk about legal things that you probably cannot discuss.
Yeah. And then also, like, one final thing with her, news broke this week that the feds had to raid and obtain all of her designer bags, jewelry, and clothes. But they just found that many of the items were fake. So 30 counterfeit luxury bags and 40 pieces of counterfeit luxury jewelry. So I don't know. That's a lot. And if you're a Salt Lake City fan, like you just know how high maintenance she is and how she's got her glam squad. She's always got to like point out what she's wearing, doing all this stuff. So to find out that like all of that's pretty much fake, like I laughed out loud when I saw that news story. Like I can't like stop. Enough.
Yeah. So her sentencing is supposed to be for January 6th. That's coming up very, very quickly. And we will see it's been pushed back like 3 times now.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if this one sticks. And Caitlin and I both said it. Like, I think at this point, you just want to like be done with it. Like go, that you're getting jail time. Just get it going, get it started. So we'll see what happens. And obviously we'll keep you guys up to date on what to know about that. So let's go over into the world of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have, a fan favorite possibly returning to the franchise. So after leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2021, after 11 seasons with the show, Cynthia Bailey is rumored to be returning to the franchise. She has been recently spending more time in Atlanta and said she might as well play with the ladies a little bit since I'm back home. When fans asked if she will officially be back next season as a friend, she said it's looking that way. And she noted that the cast still has a few more weeks of filming and that she keeps getting invited to their events.
Yeah.
So since her time off the show, Cynthia did film for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 1. And, going on with her now, like she does have a pretty big storyline because this month, she and Mike Hill reached a settlement agreement in their divorce proceedings. They were able to have a clean break since they had their own separate financial assets, and they will have a hearing on January 5th to hopefully finalize everything. So major life stuff going on for her. And I think this is like a theme that we're seeing with these Ultimate Girl Trip seasons, which I've said on the show before, is that it's a lot of these women who have left the franchise are kind of dipping their toes back in the water with Ultimate Girls Trip. And then it also allows Bravo to see how fans are responding to seeing those faces again. And we're seeing a lot of the women who took time away do Ultimate Girls Trip and now are slowly making their way back to their franchises. So I think it's a good segue for them.
Yeah, and I think it's a good play by Bravo for sure. I mean, I think when they did the first season of Ultimate Girls Trip, maybe that wasn't in the back of their mind, but then they started seeing some reaction and they were like, okay, great. Like we're going to renew it for season 2 and season 3. And now this is a big play for us. Like, did someone show their face and fans went crazy? I missed that person. Like, are they willing to come back? So now it's very much in their favor. So I think it's a great play for them to, again, like you had said, kind of test things around, like test the waters, like who's excited, will they come back, what's the interest level, everything like that.
Absolutely.
All right, well, more and more to come with Housewives. We'll probably break it down next week, but Katie and I watched the New Jersey trailer today, and I think we're both just at a loss for words, so we'll have to gather our thoughts, but it was a doozy.
And you know what? It gives everybody an opportunity too, because it did break this morning. It gives everybody an opportunity to check it out too and understand what we're talking about when we break it down. But please, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. This is going to be probably one of the craziest, most memorable, most dramatic seasons of the Real Housewives of New Jersey that we have ever seen. So
much good stuff. It's on our Instagram story. Check it out. I'll retweet it on Twitter. If you got to go, you just go watch it. We'll break it down next week. So, all right, let's get into our game for the evening. We are playing one of our favorites of You Can Get With This, or You Can Get With That, and it's a Christmas edition. Woo! So we have 10 scenarios where Katie, we'll ask each other this or that. And again, it is Christmas holiday edition. So we will get with this or we will get with that, and we'll just have a fun holiday time right here, right now. All right. So for the first one, Christmas margaritas or Christmas sangria?
This one is funny because I like to kind of have like a Christmas signature drink if I'm like having friends over during the holidays. And last year and most years it's a Christmas sangria. And this year, Caitlin, you were with me and we did Christmas margaritas.
We did.
I gotta say, I think I'm gonna go margaritas on this one. Those margs were really good.
Yeah, they were delicious. I think I only had like 2 or 3. Sangria, I can drink like all night. It's like dangerous. And like, I love a good Christmas sangria because it's got that like spice to it. Like if you make it with like a cinnamon stick or like a red one, like I like that. But the margaritas were good. But I'm definitely gonna stick to the sangria here.
All right.
All righty. Next one, talking movies here. So The Holiday or Love Actually?
This is such a brutal question. We actually should have named both of these movies earlier in the show, like at least for myself, of like Christmas movies that we love. I absolutely love both of these movies. I'm going to give the slightest edge. I watched this movie so much. I'm going to go with Love Actually.
Oh, I'm a little surprised by that. I know that you like The Holiday. That's why
I love them both. Like, it was very difficult, but Love Actually gets played a lot in this household.
Yeah. So I must say, I like both movies for sure. Love Actually is a new movie to me. I'd actually only seen it for the first time, I think like 4 years ago.
Same here, by the way.
But I'm not, it's not like on repeat all the time. Okay. So The Holiday though, I just, I feel like it's always on. It's always on like all the time. Like
I feel like it's on Freeform a lot.
Yeah.
Like channels like that.
So I when that's on, I'll stop and watch it no matter what time of year it is. Cause I do really like the movie. They're just both not like requirements like during Christmas time for me. Like I'm not like, I haven't watched either yet in the month of December. So listen, we still got a couple days. I might throw one on maybe tonight. Actually, no, I told you Christmas with the Cranks might be tonight. So,
yes.
So I love that movie. As do you. It's so good. So I'll probably say The Holiday.
Okay.
Yep.
We're opposites so far. True too.
All right. So I think we're opposite for this one. So we're looking at songs now, and we didn't name either of these earlier. The first one, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, or Dominic the Donkey. So 2 animal-focused Christmas songs.
I have to say this one was actually very close for me as well. And I had to sing both in my head to be like, which one am I feeling more right now? I know for a fact we're 0 for 3. I know what you picked on this. I'm going with Dominic the Donkey.
Well, I must say, so Dominic the Donkey is a phenomenal song. Yeah. So I will put that out there. Just because I like going, ee-aw, 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 the whole time. But okay, so... If you guys are living under a rock, my favorite animal is a hippopotamus. My Christmas tree right behind me. I actually have 2 ornaments that sing "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." So,
I got you a hippo on that tree.
You probably did. I would have to. There's 100, so I would have to find out which one you gave me.
Yeah.
So I think real count. There's 7 or 8 hippos on that tree. There are so many. 2 of them sing it. One only has batteries in it though, but I still play it every time. I love that song. So I've loved hippos forever. And then I realized that was a Christmas song. And I was like, see,
game over.
People like hippos. I'm not the only crazy. There's apparently a movie. So they turned that song like into, I've never seen it. So I think it's like a children's book too. So like someone else in the world is on my level and they get it. Like, cause I 100% want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Like that is a real wish from me.
I want a pig, a dog, and a sea otter for Christmas. Can I have all that?
Oh, are sea otters now in the mix with animals? They are cute.
I love them.
I know. I see a lot of like Instagram videos of them.
Probably because Instagram knows that I'm your best friend and I'm over here watching sea otter videos. That's probably why you get them.
I'll send them over along with the pigs and the dogs now. All right. Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
I'm a Christmas Eve gal. My family always opened up gifts and did their like Christmas dinner.
Yeah, you did
down dinner on Christmas Eve. And you know what? It kind of matches my personality too, because I feel like it is night versus day.
Right.
I'm more of a night owl. Like I'm going Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I guess like back in the day, like Christmas Eve used to be like very intimate with my family. So it was very like kind of like low key. It was church. It was just the 6 of us, like so like I liked that aspect of it. And like, we were joking about it before the show, but like for everyone out there, my mom like would make us like videotape going upstairs, everything like that. So there's always like a whole theatrical thing behind it. It's fun to look back at like those videos and everything. Christmas Day, 100%. My parents used to host. They did for my entire life, actually. So it's you're waking up, you're doing your gifts from Santa, you're doing a couple other exchanges, and then you're getting ready for the entire family to come over. It's a big party like all day long into the night. So same thing though, like going into now, nowadays I still wake up with my parents like at their house still. Santa still buys me gifts. So I'm on the good list this year. So Santa actually mistakenly showed me my gift the other day, so I know what I'm getting. But
we're still 0 for 4 still. We haven't matched yet.
Yeah, so I just like, Christmas Day is it's the sit down dinner. You do that Christmas Eve, so it's the whole thing. It's the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going. I don't know. Sorry, I skipped over one. I was looking at the next one. Okay, Secret Santa or White Elephant.
I still think we might be 0 for 5 on this. I love White Elephant. I do White Elephant. I'm going Secret Santa just because I feel like I'm a good gift giver. So if I'm given a specific person that I have, like White Elephant is tough because you have to buy a generic gift that you think multiple people would like, rather than I'd rather be assigned a person and be like, ooh, I'm going to get them a really specifically good gift for them that I know they will love. So I'm going to go with Secret Santa.
All right, so you're absolutely correct. So I'm going with White Elephant. Because like I get it too. Like I understand, like, yes, like Secret Santa is good because you're very direct. You can even like, sometimes you can set up lists. Like my siblings, we actually do a Secret Santa. So you know what the person wants. So it's great. But White Elephant, I just think it's like if you're doing it with a good group of, like, it's fun. Like you can
It is
like
very fun.
An insane gift if you want to. And I love the whole idea of like stealing and kind of being like, if you get a good group of like a lot of people, like a lot of stealing goes on, people get grumpy and they get their feelings hurt. Like I like that. It's the true meaning of the holidays, getting your feelings hurt. All right. Well, this is where I think we might go over 6 here. So white lights or colored lights? And I think you could just look at our background.
Maybe you're listening. Maybe you're just listening to the podcast. But if you're viewing, then you know this answer. I've got the white lights. She's got the colored lights. We are 0 for 6.
We are. I love colored lights. And my parents actually do. They would go back and forth like a lot, but now like they do white lights, and I think it's because
I'm very strict about it.
I think it's because I'm out of the house.
Lights.
Yeah, so my parents do white now because I don't live there anymore, and like I'll get very pissy because like I don't like your tree's beautiful, looks really nice. I like the colored lights. I don't know. I like them. Alrighty, an ugly sweater or Christmas pajamas?
I'm going to go with Christmas PJs on this one because I feel like if you're wearing an ugly sweater, like sometimes you still like, you have to think about the rest of your outfit. Maybe you're still even like putting like, regular pants on with it, regular shoes, stuff like that. Whereas PJs, like you are just going straight cozy from head to toe. And love a good matching PJ set. We love our onesies. I'm going Christmas PJs.
We finally agree, Katie. I'm going with Christmas PJs as well. I love getting so comfy and cozy. I actually only have 2 pairs of Christmas pajamas, but I just love them. I love it's not even that like because I have 2, like I love the patterns of Christmas pajamas. Like I just like love like the greens, the dark blues, the reds with the black. Like I love like all of those colors, like the checkered, like everything like that. So, and you're right, a good pajama set is like a really good thing. So I really like Christmas PJs. So all right, moving over to drinks, mulled wine or eggnog.
So I genuinely don't even know if I've had mulled wine before. And I'm also, I would say up until last year, and it has to be very specific, I've also never been a fan of eggnog. And then I went to a Christmas party last year and I said that, and my friend was like, well, let me mix you the eggnog. Like, let me mix you a drink. And she made like the eggnog with rum, a little bit of cinnamon, a cinnamon stick. And, she put it all together. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, this is good. So I could get down with eggnog like that. I'm going eggnog.
Yeah, so mulled wine is good. In mulled wine, you can have like hot too. So like that's why
how I imagine it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's another thing with like a cinnamon stick and like an orange slice. Like it's good. Mulled wine is good. I got to give this to eggnog though, because even before I was of the age of 21, I drank eggnog, non-alcoholic, like it was water during Christmas time.
Oh my
I
God.
love the taste of eggnog. It is
Right.
so delicious, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. Now that I'm older and I can have it with a little liqueur, it is delicious. I said earlier, I already got some. It's in my fridge. I might even have a glass after the show tonight. It is so good. It's so delicious. I love it so much.
All right.
All right.
Last two we got. Let's go.
All right. Are you decorating a gingerbread house or decorating Christmas cookies?
I actually don't really do. I know these are like yearly traditions for a lot of people. This is not a tradition that I partake in for either one of these. But if I had to pick, I would rather decorate Christmas cookies.
I got to tell you, I'm going with gingerbread house because one of the biggest, like, I don't know, misconceptions in the world is that decorating Christmas cookies is like fun and easy. It is the hardest freaking thing to do ever. Like,
but you can make the argument is like you're gonna eat the cookies. A lot of people don't actually. You're not like actually gonna eat the gingerbread house.
That's true. You can.
You can, but like you'd rather eat cookies.
Yeah. I just like honestly, like I love baking, but like when it comes to like decorating the shit you bake, like I'm not a fan of that. Like I don't like icing things. So, and I've tried it before the Christmas, and it's not fun. In my opinion, it's not fun. I like doing a good gingerbread house, so that's fun. So,
okay, all
right. Last one, and probably to me the most important one on this list.
Yeah.
Is it a real tree or a fake tree?
Yeah, well, we're ending on the same page here because I know we both feel very passionately about this. It will always, always, always be a real tree.
Always. You got to keep it real, people. You got to keep it real.
I have to have the smell. Christmas tree is my favorite smell in the entire world.
I do love
and
it.
I have to have the natural Christmas tree smell in my house.
Right.
I love it. And I love going and getting a tree.
It's a whole thing.
Another Christmas tradition that I love. Yep. So it always has to be real.
Absolutely. And listen, I've heard some horror stories with real trees, but you're not going to scare me. I'm taking my real tree, and if a giant squirrel pops out of it, I don't really care. So, but
it's gotta be real.
Got to be real for sure. So yeah, so that was our you can get with this or you can get with that Christmas edition. It was a good one.
Yes, definitely. But it is that point in the night where we get it off our chest. It's going to be positive, negative, football, housewives, light, wine, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve. It's all coming up. What do we got? Caitlin, what are you feeling?
Well, I mean, listen, next week I'll tell you that New Year's Eve is the most overrated holiday ever. But I always had that thought. But today was my last working day of the year. So I am out of the office until January 3rd, and I could not be more happy. It was a long year, a busy year work-wise, and I am just so happy that I can take the next, I don't even know how many days it is with the weekend, but it's a decent amount of days and just relax. We've obviously got Christmas coming up, so I've got some last minute things to do there. Next week, my sister's off because she's a teacher, so we're gonna go to Orange Theory every day together, so that we haven't been able to do that in a while, so that'd be good. We're doubling up too. We're doing class, and then we're doing the lift class. So we're doing doubles on some days. So we're really gonna have a week next week. So, but even aside from that, just like honestly relaxing, and just hanging out till probably what's going to be another busy year for me. So I've done this every year since I've been in the working field. I've always taken a significant amount of time off at the end of the year, and it's something that I'm hoping that I'm able to do it for the rest of my life, because it's really nice to kick back and just kind of chill for the last couple of weeks of the year. So I'm very, very excited.
I get it off my chest is I should get a job at Caitlin's company, because nowhere I've ever worked gives that many vacation days. So G bless, I'm very jealous. I've always had the standard 2 weeks. That's it. They work us like dogs in this country. That's all I'm going to say. That's me get off my chest. No.
They do. It's tough out there.
So my get it off my chest is that I just love this time of year. Obviously that we pretty much enforce that throughout this entire holiday themed episode. It just makes me so happy. I feel like everything kind of like slows down, quiets down. Like, you know, work gets a little bit quiet. You're done with work.
Mm-hmm.
Work is just, if you are working, like for a lot of people, it just kind of quiets down.
Right.
That's nice. Even in a social aspect, like I'm a very social person and I loved always having things to do with friends and family. But I like just like it slows down a bit. You kind of like, you're cool with staying at home in your Christmas PJs and watching Christmas movies.
Oh,
And
I love it.
It's such a relaxing time of the year and I love it so much. And I was telling Caitlin that as I was setting up for the show tonight and getting my spot in front of the tree, I was already thinking about how much I miss my tree. Like, it's still going to be here. I was able to keep it for a good chunk of January last year.
I keep mine till like the end of January.
Yeah. I think that's what I did last year. And so it will be with us for a little bit, but like I'm already anticipating being really sad when it's not here anymore. I'm cherishing it. I'm loving it. This is such a phenomenal time of the year.
It is.
And I hope you guys all have, whether you do celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, I just hope that, you end off 2022 happy and healthy and, enjoying it as much as we do. So that's my get it off my chest. And yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, as holidays aside, we're still at the end of the year. So that's something to celebrate. We're looking forward to another year. So it's crazy that 2022 is almost over. I do not know where it went, but
I know.
It did go. So as you are thinking about how crazy it is that Christmas is this weekend, and I guess technically in a week and a couple of days, 2023 is there, you don't want to miss. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is on tonight at 8 p.m. As we said before, they filmed that reunion. So we're coming down to crunch time, people. Real Housewives of Potomac is on Sundays at 8 p.m. NFL Week 16, you have Christmas Eve games and you've got Christmas Day games. So people, listen up here. Yeah. Obviously, we're kicking off the week with Thursday Night Football. You got Jacksonville, New York Jets. 11 games on Christmas Eve. So they pushed a lot of games over to Saturday. So check your calendars, check when your team is playing, what times and everything like that. And then you have 3 games on Christmas Day. You've got Green Bay at Miami, Denver at the Rams, and you've got Tampa Bay at Arizona. So those are your 3 Christmas Day games. I got to tell you, they're not that crazy. So maybe just go spend time with your family. And then Monday Night Football, we close out the week with the Chargers at Indianapolis. College football, we have a ton of bowl games from now until next week, except for Sunday. Christmas Day will be off. So, check your team, what the bowl game is. Obviously, I know mine. I'm on New Year's Eve at noon, I think, with Alabama.
Oh,
so
who are they playing?
Kansas State, I think. So they're in the Sugar Bowl. So they play at it's either noon, 12 or 12:30. On New Year's Eve. So that is my, but you've got the college football playoffs actually on New Year's Eve. The 2 games are at night. So me, not a huge New Year's Eve person, I actually got plans this year to watch college football.
There you go.
All is good. But with that being said, as Katie said earlier, wishing you guys all a happy holiday season, no matter what you celebrate. If you're not celebrating anything right now, like I said, we're going into a new year. So we made it, people, another year, and we're looking, forward to another one. We will catch you guys next week, actually before 2023, but in a blink of an eye. And, we're going to be talking to you guys in another year at this point. Wow. So I don't know where it is, but have fun with your family and your friends this upcoming weekend. There's a ton of football. So if you can pay attention, great. If not, we totally understand because you got family time, but maybe pay attention to those Christmas Eve games. The day ones are a little mediocre, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Get out, go get your onesies on, get your wine glasses filled with maybe I'm doing champagne tonight because we're clearly celebrating. So, but get some mulled wine, get some eggnog maybe, and enjoy this time.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.